I knew that we needed to nail down was the DJ. So I want to get through Disneyland and then I can focus on that. That's like moving. Oh, and graduation. Just, you know, let's add the list. So yeah, anything else that I missed? I don't think so. No one list to note.
So back to staffing.
Yes.
Those are the only changes as of right
As
now.
of right now.
And do you know how fifth grade's going to be run? Is it gonna be 2 teams? Is it gonna be all 4 rotations?
Right now, I do not know, but I can let you know that we're currently in the process of like creating the master schedule for next year, so that kind of helps drive how we spread out our curriculum. And with the new math training, I know that there's a 75-minute expectation for math, so that's going to be a requirement.
So if I can just give you my feedback.
Sure,
We've
I'll
been
take your
through,
feedback.
Like where there's 2 teams
Yes.
or 2, and we've been where there's 4, like they get all 4 teachers.
Yes, so there will be 4.
Right, because I know that the class sizes are different, but I think the kids really enjoyed having all 4 teachers because
Okay.
it's just more movement. Honestly, if they don't like one of the teachers, they're not stuck with them half the day. I mean, it's just like, it's like they are graduating to the next level and
Right.
they feel like they're, you know, getting there, and it's really good for them to get that exposure to different teachers and then
And I
again in
heard
6th grade.
differing opinions that making the jump from 4th to 5th grade, when it was 4 teachers and they just traded between a pair, like that was changing classrooms, that was getting them used to like having a teacher for a subject, but it was just still 2 teachers who worked together. So then 6th grade, when it's all 4, it's just like a progression.
Yeah.
But that jump from 4th to 5th can be really difficult for some kiddos.
Well, I'll definitely take that into consideration. My gut feeling is telling me that Amy allows for the autonomy for the team to choose.
I was just curious if it had.
But
been
I don't think the
decided, because-
decision, I can't tell you if it's been made or not. But I know like she prefers having 6th grade be departmentalized because that really does prepare them for middle school. But as for the 5th grade, I'll have to let you know on that.
Are we keeping for 6th grade?
We are not. We have 3 6th grades next year,
Okay.
but that's all I know.
I know that 3rd grade moves around also, so I don't know if that's,
That's
they
new this year.
They do the
Just for
flex
math.
Yeah,
grouping
they-
for math.
for math, yes.
Yes, they will most likely do flex grouping for math again.
Okay, and do they do that in 4th grade too? Do you know?
I don't think they do, but
It
again,
can
with
change
this
with
new math
Zern and-
curriculum,
Yeah, for sure.
in designated, having that response intervention where kids are given to reteach for things that they are not sure
Right.
about.
Easy Merit?
Yes.
How much of the day is taken up with testing? I know that they say get there right away because you gotta get started. How much time are the kiddos spending?
So on the designated days, morning will be designated for one subject area, afternoon will be designated for the second subject area. So for instance, I can speak for 6th grade because I know how we'll be administering it. So, I believe we get back from winter break, that's where my mind is. We get back from spring break, and then we have that week, and then the following week will be our AZ Merit writing.
Okay.
And that will be all day, students
All
will
day.
have all
That's the
day.
3rd, okay.
From the start of the school day, we get settled, we get the test prep going, and then at the end of the day, they have until the end of the day.
Okay.
Then the following week, part 1 and part 2 are split up. So part 1 will be in the morning for math, part 2, or reading, I believe they start with reading, but don't quote me on that. I'm just visualizing it in my mind, but part 1 will be in the morning for math, and part 1 of reading will be in the afternoon. And then the next week it flips, so it'll be part 2 and part 2.
Okay. So did, oh, sorry.
4th grade's a little bit different. Like, so I think each grade's kind of.
Oh,
handled
okay.
this.
Could be, what are they do, did they
this
send
says
it out
April-
already?
Well, yeah, April 3rd, AZ Merit writing, they have all day to finish.
Yeah.
April 5th is.
Science.
Well, the science is April 11th because
Okay.
it's Ames, only 4th grade has to
Oh,
take
yeah,
that.
right.
And then, but April 5th is part 1 reading and part 1 math, but it says all morning. So they're doing it all in according
See,
to
okay, so
this.
just so this makes sense, so say majority of your class finishes part 1 before that midday break before lunch. Then if you as a class, most of the kids have completed, then you can move on to part one of the second subject. But it all depends on your class. For me, last year, my class, they all worked until lunch. So then I didn't get to start the math portion until the second half of the day. It all depends on the kids. So most likely, your kids will finish part one and part one of the two subjects. But some kids really take their time, and we encourage that. So to answer your question, if that were to happen, and you only have 2 or 3 students that aren't finished, they'd go to a separate testing room and complete their testing.
And there's no specials during those testing days?
We flip our specials.
Okay.
So like 6th grade, we currently have specials first thing in the morning. So we actually change with another grade level, so we have specials in the afternoon.
Okay.
So the students won't miss out on special area. They need that to kind of release from all
Right,
the.
for sure. I'm sorry.
I think you're gonna ask what I was
Well,
gonna ask.
how is the final, the proficient, non-proficient, how is that factored into their grade?
It's not.
Is it at all?
It's
Okay,
not.
so it has no bearing whatsoever. I read something that if they were found not proficient in a specific subject, that might hold them back, like reading?
Well, reading in 3rd grade,
Yep,
there is legislature that is move on when ready. So
Okay.
if they don't pass, but Boulder Creek doesn't have a history of kids not passing.
right.
So, but yes, that is something that
That's a
could
potential.
hinder because they wanted to make sure that all kids were reading by the end
Sure.
of 3rd grade.
Okay, but that's not like if you're not proficient across the board.
No, they give
then
them other opportunities. I believe there's also something after, like if they don't, there's certain criteria that they can meet
Okay,
to keep going.
got it.
Yeah.
And then one more, has the school ever talked about doing a pre and post like celebration or of something silly that doesn't necessarily cost money, but like wear your PJs to get ready for this day, or a day of dance or a day of play, or not even a day, an afternoon, to where we did a great job. Everybody did their very best. Congratulations. Let's go outside and play. Has that ever been talked about?
Not necessarily. Like I will say, when classes are done with testing, I know teachers take them outside and let them kind of breathe. And I know, like, at least for me, like I do encouragement things throughout testing.
Okay. So
And
it's
they
more
love
like-
that.
Yeah.
But I think it's more individualized, not necessarily as a whole school.
Okay.
But that's a great idea. That's something I can bring up to Amy and just say, hey, that's a great idea. Is there any way we can
Well, and if it needs to
celebrate
be a
them?
grade level thing, because everybody has different requirements and different testing days, if it's a grade level, and even if it's put on the parents, or whatever it is,
I think it's a great idea. I
Yeah.
think one of the things, like from the teacher perspective, is we want them to take it. We want it to be a serious thing. So anything we did I would feel like would have to be at the close of the entire AZ merit,
okay,
just because it's spread out over the 2 to 3 week span.
right.
But again, it's up to Amy. Like that's
Right.
her.
Almost like a pep rally prior
Yeah.
to for 3rd through 6th, saying, hey, this is important. We want you to do your best, but we also know that you've worked hard all year long anyway, so just keep doing what you
And
do.
that's what she does stress, like she stresses that in the assemblies when we have it, like just to show what you know. I believe last year she did it, like show what you know, because I remember student council, we put on a skit for the kids, like, it's okay, if you don't know the answer, go back and read the text, like they did little skits.
Awesome.
So something is telling me that either our assembly, like our wards assembly must have fallen right before AZ merit.
Okay.
And so, and I believe it does, I believe it's actually on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
So we most likely, because Amy's really good about that, like last year I remember she was all about show what you know.
Okay.
It's not like this doesn't define you, this doesn't make or break you, this is just you showing what you know.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much what we do in regards to getting them ready for the test.
Okay.
So how many days are they actually testing? Is each grade
Well, each
different?
grade level is different. Like
Okay.
4th grade has 4 tests that they'll take.
But not necessarily
But not
4
in
days?
that, no, it's spread out over 3 weeks, I believe.
Okay.
And then the last week of April, or the second to last week of April, is for makeups. So essentially, you'll have part 1 and part 1 of math and reading, so that would be one day. And you'd have part 2 of reading and math, second day. And that's 5th and 6th grade will have writing. But 4th grade will have that extra day of science. So they're the only grade level that does science.
Third grade does writing?
Third grade does writing, reading, and math. So they're two the same as fourth and fifth. I mean, excuse me, as fifth and sixth. It's just fourth grade that has that extra test.
We're just talking the rain.
Oh, I was like,
Sorry, no, it's just
Girl.
really, really, really
It's
hot.
a little desert.
No,
There's
sorry.
something happening outside.
All of us are thinking about the umbrellas that are.
I have the
really
umbrella with the jacket.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, if I can remember all those questions you have to relay to Amy, we can move